Mastering your mind, the art of control. Your mind is your greatest ally or your worst enemy. It can drive you toward greatness or drown you in doubt. Most people let their thoughts dictate their actions. When they feel tired, they rest. When they feel afraid, they retreat. But if you want to achieve something extraordinary, you must reverse this relationship. You must become the master of your mind. When self-doubt creeps in, when fear whispers that you're not good enough, you must override those thoughts with action. This isn't just positive thinking. It's an active process of training your brain. Imagine your mind as a wild horse. If left unchecked, it will run wherever it pleases. But with discipline, you can train it to obey your commands. The relentless pursuit of knowledge. When I struggled to read and understand, I didn't give up. I read the same paragraph repeatedly. I wrote it out again and again until it was burned into my mind. Most people quit when something is difficult. They say, "It's too hard," and move on. But that's the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who remain ordinary. Repetition is the mother of mastery. You might not understand something on the first try, but that doesn't mean you're incapable. It means you haven't tried enough. Every time you attempt something, you learn a bit more. Your brain, just like any muscle, grows stronger with consistent effort. Giving yourself no way out. In the pursuit of greatness, having an escape plan is dangerous. If you always have a way out, a place to retreat when things get tough, you will never truly push yourself. I gave myself no option but to succeed. If I couldn't understand a text, I didn't walk away. I stayed until it made sense. If I was exhausted, I didn't skip training. I showed up. This mindset is about removing the possibility of failure from your mind. You don't quit because quitting isn't even a choice. This isn't about being reckless. It's about being relentless. When your mind knows that you have no escape, it adapts. It becomes stronger, more resilient. Visualizing victory. Long before I ever became a Navy SEAL, I saw myself as one. I didn't just dream about it. I visualized it with clarity. I imagined myself standing alongside other SEALs, hearing the commander's speech. I felt the pride, the sense of accomplishment. Visualization isn't just wishful thinking. It's a tool for preparing your mind. When you vividly imagine your success, you create a mental blueprint. You condition your brain to believe it's possible. But visualization alone isn't enough. It must be paired with action. Each day, I worked to turn that vision into reality. It wasn't just about feeling good. It was about creating a roadmap, then walking that road no matter how painful it became. Redefining victory. Most people think victory is about beating others, about being the best. But real victory is about beating the version of yourself that would quit. In the beginning, I was someone who gave up when things got tough. I would avoid discomfort at all costs. But I realized that true victory was not about being first. It was about finishing. It was about going the distance no matter how hard it became. When I wanted to become a Navy SEAL, it wasn't just about passing the training. It was about proving to myself that I could endure, that I could finish. Every day was a battle, not against the other trainees, but against the voice in my head that told me to quit. The power of suffering. Pain is not the enemy. In fact, it is one of your greatest teachers. Every time you suffer, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally, you are given a choice. You can run from it, or you can use it. Most people avoid suffering because it's uncomfortable. But those who embrace it, who lean into it, discover something incredible. Suffering is temporary, but the strength it creates is permanent. The mind has a tendency to amplify suffering. It tells you that you can't go on, that the pain is too much. But if you learn to silence that voice, you will find that you are capable of far more than you imagined. With each challenge you endure, you build a fortress of resilience. Transforming struggles into strength. I didn't have a coach, a trainer, or a mentor. I had no special knowledge, no secret technique. What I had was an unbreakable will to keep going, even when everything in me wanted to quit. I was out of shape, overweight, and lost. But I had a choice: accept my circumstances or fight against them. Every day I chose to fight. I sacrificed comfort, leisure, and even social approval. While others relaxed, I worked. While they laughed, I sweated. I didn't do this because I was strong. I became strong because I did this. Strength is not something you are born with. It is something you earn. Immersing yourself in the fire. Growth doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens when you throw yourself into situations that test you, when you willingly step into the fire. I immersed myself in challenges that seemed impossible. I set goals that I had no idea how to achieve, and then I worked obsessively to figure them out. This is where most people fail. They choose goals they know they can reach because they are afraid of the unknown. But if you always stay in the safe zone, you will never discover your true capabilities. To grow, you must be willing to look like a fool, to make mistakes, to struggle openly. The weight of accountability. Accountability is a form of suffering because it means taking responsibility for your life. It means admitting your failures without excuses. Every day I asked myself a simple question: did I do enough? There were no shortcuts, no one to blame. It was just me and the truth. Accountability also means holding yourself to a higher standard. It means not just doing the minimum, but pushing yourself to do the maximum. Most people do enough to get by. I did enough to become unstoppable. This wasn't because I was special. It was because I was willing to be honest with myself. From darkness to light. When you finally embrace suffering, when you stop running from the darkness within, something incredible happens. You begin to see light. That light is the confidence that comes from knowing you can survive anything. It is the pride of looking at yourself in the mirror and knowing you didn't quit. But this light is not the end. It is only the beginning. Because once you discover your strength, you have a responsibility. You must use it. You must help others find their own light, their own strength. This is the ultimate purpose of suffering, not just to make you strong, but to allow you to become a source of strength for others. The legacy of relentlessness. Every struggle, every failure, and every moment of doubt was a stepping stone. What began as a desperate attempt to escape a life of mediocrity transformed into a journey of self-mastery. The journey never truly ends. Every day is an opportunity to push further, to achieve more, to become a better version of yourself. This is the truth. You are far more capable than you know, but you will never discover it while living in comfort. You must seek the discomfort, confront the truth of who you are, and forge yourself in the fires of adversity. Only then will you know your true strength. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you.